University of Derby, located in the heart of the UK, where both city life and countryside are on your doorstep. And by road, rail or air, it's really easy to get to. Our Derby campus is 1 hour 30 minutes by train from London. And if you're travelling from overseas, Derby is within easy reach of major UK airports. Plus we offer a meet and greet airport service when you arrive. Now you know where the University of Derby is. It's time to find out where we can take you. Visit derby.ac.uk.
Okay, selamat sore. Welcome back to our live session with AECC Global Indonesia. Today we will collaborate with one of the university from UK. It's University of Derby. So today we will have Michaela Green, International Recruitment Officer from University of Derby, and then also our fellow Indonesians, Pak Dono Widiatmoko. He's a senior lecturer at the University of Derby. And we also have a current student, Gary, studying Bachelor Computer Science at Derby. Perhaps I want to start with, how are you all? How's the pandemic treating you so far?
Very good, thank you. Vaccinated?
Yes. Yeah, it's good.
Great to hear. Okay, perhaps for our friends here watching either from YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, there's a comments box, right? If you have any questions along our discussion today, feel free to just type your questions. We will be happy to actually answer all your questions today along our, throughout our conversation. Perhaps, how about starting with Michaela? Perhaps our friends here, they've heard about Derby or perhaps never heard about Derby. Do you want to just do a quick introduction about us, what university is, say, like, or where is it located, and what actually your programs that you have to offer?
Absolutely. Thank you, Yonala. And welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I actually have a map behind me, which might help as well. So Derby is centrally located in England, actually bang in the middle, because we have a strong heritage in the industrial side and revolution. So all the trains literally go through Derby. If you wanted to get to Scotland, to Wales, to London, it's very easy to travel around. And as you saw in the video before, it's also easy to fly to one of the airports near to Derby. We are located closely to Nottingham, to Sheffield, to Birmingham. We have a campus, which is a city campus. So there are a few buildings dotted around the city, and it's easy to walk around as well. So you get a lot of good exercise in. We are a medium-sized university, so around 18,000 students, and we have over 300 courses at foundation level, undergraduate level, postgraduate level. We also have a dedicated English language center that does things like pre-sessional English, so that's also, and English language tests. We were ranked gold in the teaching and excellence framework, and we are ranked 54th in the Guardian University Guide as well. So yeah, lots of things to choose from. We also are very much teaching-led. So we focus very much on student satisfaction and teaching and resources. And we have also some exciting research out there, which I'm sure that my colleague Dono will tell you about. But yes, what you can see in front of you now is also the diverse range of courses. So we have a variety that you might find of interest, but there's over 300, so please don't hesitate to shout out if there are any others that you're keen on. So for example, our art therapy, music therapy, drama therapy courses are very strong in the UK. We have them going from bachelor level to master's level. The M.Sc in public health, I've got my colleague Dono here, who's representing that area for us, so that's brilliant. If you've got any questions, then you'll be able to hear more about that. Also, our Derby Business School is super exciting, because we are building a new bespoke building opening in 2024. And again, that's going to house over 600 students, which is very exciting, and lots of different programs to choose from. we're ranked 16th for our business management programs. Then there are things like event management. I was an event management student at Derby. I originally came over from a European country, from Sweden. So again, I can empathize with having to move from a different culture and country. And then education, big data analytics, criminology, and film and television, for example, some of the things. So yeah, I hope that helps, Jonella.
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually, there's plenty of options that we can choose from. Perhaps you want to hear from Gary. Gary, you're which year are you now in computer science?
I'm the first year right now. I just finished my
first
first year.
Right, first year. So I assume you'll be there since pandemic last year.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be quite interesting story to share. But first of all, I know that usually students have plenty of options, whether it's the destination country or the program of the university. So among all the options you have, why do you actually choose Derby?
I chose Derby because it was quite easy to handle with them. They didn't like ask much of like like data needed from my side and all that. Plus, it's
Document.
also you can feel the university life while studying and all that. Well, if you be in London, it's a city life. Everything's congested. You're just gonna go there to party, not to learn. But if you want to have a university life, you go to like a small city, which is like Derby and all that. Plus, the university has quite work like with big companies right now. If you're taking replacement years and all that.
Yeah, fair enough. What about the study now? Because I think you're having a blended study, or is it still online there during this pandemic?
It's blended studies. So online is the lectures, offline is pretty much the tutorials. We recently I had my programming tutorials online, offline. So I had to come to like on campus like at 6 p.m. and I'll finish at like 9 p.m. at night, which everyone's like, oh, why is it late at night? It all depends on your schedule by the university. If you stay like some students stay like further away from the city, they'll give them the earlier timing. If you stay like on the university like accommodation and all that, they'll give you the late timings and all. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're actually staying in the on-campus accommodation now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that, Gary. But then to Dono now. I know that everybody is very interested to know your story. It's very inspiring. Started from UI, and then now you're actually teaching at Derby. Tell us about your story, Dono. I believe that everybody wants to hear about it.
Thank you very much. I don't know, maybe I'll just speak in combined Indonesian English. So thank you very much, first of all, to invite us for this joint session, Jonella. My story starts when I was finishing my master's and then working in Indonesia for several years, and then I turned back to the UK for my PhD. Then after that, I applied for, not I applied actually, I need to meet my ends meet, basically. I need to find employment after school. At the end of the day, we need to get some kind of a career. So I applied for a job. First, I start from a research fellow at the University of Hertfordshire, then moved to full-time teaching roles from Wolverhampton University, then moved forward to Salford University, Teesside University, and now I'm with the Derby. I'm not actually living in the Derby itself, not because I don't like Derby. Derby is a wonderful city, just like Michaela mentioned, it's very centrally located. But it's just that I have my own home already in the UK. So since 2007, I reside basically in the city of Stockport, just outside Manchester. I drive an hour to go to the university, which for most Jakarta, if you are coming from Jakarta, you know that's 1 hour is nothing, right? 1 hour is nothing. So and it's a beautiful drive. Tell you what, I drive and I enjoy the scenery. Pemandangannya sangat bagus sekali. Setiap hari kalau saya ke kampus lewat kawasan it's called the Peak District. I believe Michaela very familiar with that area. Michaela, aren't you?
Sorry, I didn't catch some of your Indonesian. But...
Anyway, I'm actually been talking too much about myself, but basically about the University of Derby. So since 2019, I have worked for University of Derby. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Derby, working for the School of Nursing, actually in the College of Health, Psychology and Social Care, where the School of Nursing is located. My program is the M.Sc Public Health, and I've been teaching and doing research with them. You might see me several times. I've been involved in several media coverage with Indonesia, especially during COVID. So in COVID times, obviously we have to adapt in terms of our teaching, of our research. We have to adapt, and as just Gary has mentioned, our teaching now has been a mixture between online. The default is online at the moment. The default is online because we have to make sure that everything is running. But when the government basically allows us to do a face-to-face meeting, then we will try to combine those with our face-to-face meeting. In our in the School of in the College of Health, Psychology and Social Care, we have done a lot of face-to-face meeting since last year because some courses do require face-to-face meeting anyway, just like our technical program, like a nursing program, that kind of thing that requires lab and so on. I'm sure for computer science, you probably do not need to do to do it. I mean, you can use your own
internet,
isn't it, Gary?
Yeah.
But for nursing program, for example, you do need to have a physical skill, the technical skills. So since last year, we have done combined things like that, and my program as well. We have done several programs live at the university while we are still obviously applying the rules that are at the moment imposed by the government, and for good reason, obviously, for good reason.
Yeah. Is there actually maximum students cap during the face-to-face learning? Is there any requirement of the government that you have to follow?
We have basically various facilities to accommodate that. Obviously, we have a maximum number of students that will be allowed on every room in the building, and at the moment, to access every facilities that we have, all students and staff needs to have 2 negative tests per week if you are attending the university regularly, and this kind of tests are provided for free in our university premise. All you need to do is just register and do it, and that's ensure that our safety, not only for staff, but also students or everybody related to university at the moment. So we also have special apps which are designed to track where students are, where they sit, and so on. So and other adaptation that we do at the moment.
Yep. So for Gary, what would be your biggest challenge actually to study in this way? Because usually the normal setting is you have to meet a lot of friends during your studies, but now it's forced to be blended. So what will be your biggest challenge actually?
Biggest challenge for me is time management, because you're at home, you just want to be lazy, don't do anything. So like to know when to do work and when not to do work. So you have to limit yourself somewhere. And if you like, I know a few of my friends, and sometimes I'm also like that. I'm like, oh, let me just do the work tomorrow. Let me just do the work when tomorrow comes. Let me just do it tomorrow again and all that. So how I overcome it is by making a reminder in my phone, which will annoy me basically. So I'm like, I can't get rid of it until I do my work. And I also limit my screen time in my like YouTube, my phone, and all that. So I limit my screen time between 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. I can't use my phone or open YouTube at all till I finish my work. And my phone won't allow me till the timing is finished, basically.
It's a good, a practice of yourself, Gary. It's a self-control and time managing. That's
Yeah.
great. I think we have a related video related to what we talk about, and we can watch it right away.
Hi, I'm Corey, your union president, and I'm here to talk you through all the safety measures the union and the university have been putting in place to ensure your return to campus is as safe as possible. Throughout all the outlets around campus, including blends, we've removed the seating, put sanitizer in place to make sure there's extra space in the queue and you can maintain social distancing. So we've also installed perspex screens to keep you and our staff safe. Thank you. There are one-way systems in place across some parts of the campus. Please follow these where appropriate. Throughout the atrium and across all our sites, we've spread out the chairs and seating areas so you can maintain social distancing, grab a hot drink and catch up with your friends. So lots of places across campus, including our union shop, has installed a one-way system to make sure that you've got plenty of space and you can stay safe. And for the time being, we're only accepting card payments. Spaces across the campus, such as the library, has a booking system in place so we can limit the amount of people coming in and make sure you have plenty of space to work. Please remember to book in before visiting. Lecture theatres have been spread out to observe the latest government guidance on social distancing. And while you're sat in your seat, make sure you fill in your seat number on the Who Sat Where app. You can use the Make a Booking tile on the UDO app to book in on our specialist spaces. All staff, students and visitors are expected to wear a face covering in all of our indoor settings around the site, unless of course you're exempt. For your convenience, we've also put a series of hand sanitizer stations across all campuses. We've placed a series of NHS Test and Trace stickers for you to scan the code with your NHS Test and Trace app. The government are currently recommending that students get 2 tests a week, 3 days apart, and you can do that by coming to our testing centre at the Enterprise Centre or at our other campuses, for example at Buxton or at Chesterfield. You can find the link to the lateral flow testing on your UDO tile, and we'll also put a link out there for you to access. Thank you so much for joining us today as we explain to you all the safety measures the union and the university have put in to make sure your time on campus is as safe as possible. For the most up-to-date guidance, you can visit the COVID-19 tile on your UDO or visit derby.ac.uk/coronavirus. Stay safe, stay well, stay connected, and we look forward to seeing you on campus soon.
Right, that was an awesome one. You make sure that everybody, following through all the health protocols and basically making everybody feel, safer to be with everybody else. We do have some questions coming up. Let's see. Okay, questions to Pak Dono. What is your advice for students planning to take public health measure, especially with current pandemic situation? And how does the impact to public health program delivery at University of Derby?
Well, it's actually the best time is to study public health because everybody now is talking about public health.
It's on demand.
The pandemic situation has taught us a lot of things. So at the University of Derby, we have two streams, that I say, of programs. One program is our normal, regular program, which are which are really designed for a classroom teaching. So students come to universities from both the UK as well as international students coming to the UK. At the moment, and due to pandemic situation, obviously we have to adapt the situation. That will do a combined learning, and the other one is the fully online program. So we also have a fully online program, not only for M.Sc Public Health, but several other programs as well. Also undergraduate programs with University of Derby online program. So that is the same program, basically M.Sc Public Health, delivered fully online. So students learn through different modules, different activities, assignments, and so on, fully developed online. The online program does require a lot longer, a bit longer than the normal program, classroom session, but it caters for a different set of students. So in terms of studying public health itself, the current COVID-19 pandemic has taught us a huge amount of how a communicable disease can affect the whole world, can affect the whole ramifications of whoever in this world. And the COVID-19 is not only is not the only threat. We have other threats as well. And we also talk not only towards communicable diseases, but also other type of stressors, other type of disease, diseases that might affect our overall life expectancy and quality of life. Sekarang balik ke Indonesia kali ya. Kesehatan masyarakat itu sebetulnya adalah sebuah konsep yang sangat luas, yang tidak hanya fokus kepada penyakit menular, tetapi juga penyakit-penyakit degeneratif, ya seperti diabetes, hipertensi dan lain sebagainya, yang juga banyak membuat dampak pada seluruh kesehatan manusia pada intinya. Bagaimana kita melakukan program pendidikan saat ini? Tentu saja saat ini kita melakukan sesuai dengan aturan yang berlaku di pemerintah Inggris, yaitu melakukan studi online, ditambah juga dengan blended learning, yaitu kampus di saat-saat yang memungkinkan, di saat pemerintah sudah membuka. Saat ini sebetulnya pemerintah Inggris sudah membuka pelajaran-pelajaran di kampus dan memanfaatkan seluruh fasilitas kampus lainnya. Tapi tentu saja dengan memanfaatkan protokol-protokol kesehatan yang ada. Di University of Derby, kami seperti tadi video sudah diceritakan bahwa sudah dilakukan beberapa adaptasi untuk melakukan hal tersebut. Mulai dari classroom, kantin, penting sekali ya kantin, kafe, bagaimana kita cari minuman, kopi, makanan di kampus, bagaimana transport menuju kampus, bisnya juga sudah ada aturan-aturan yang disesuaikan sesuai dengan COVID. Termasuk juga penggunaan perpustakaan saat ini. Untuk masuk ke perpustakaan di University Derby, kita harus membuat booking, mendaftar dulu, untuk slotnya jam berapa, dan kemudian dikasih slotnya, lokasi di sini, meja dan sebagainya. Jadi sebenarnya sistemnya sudah sangat lengkap. Saya juga memanfaatkan fasilitas kampus saya sendiri, tetapi tentu saja bagi mereka yang ingin memanfaatkan fasilitas online juga sangat tersedia. Semua bahan pelajaran sudah tersedia secara online, recording juga sudah ada, recording semua, sebetulnya bukan cuma sekarang ya, recording dari semua mata kuliah itu sudah beberapa tahun terakhir sudah jadi wajib bagi seluruh mata kuliah yang ada. Jadi bagi yang terpaksa tidak bisa ikut pelajaran kuliah, di kelas bisa bisa mengikuti rekamannya. Gitu kira-kira. Saat ini itu yang kami lakukan di University of Derby, khususnya di program yang saya pegang, yaitu program M.Sc in Public Health. That's it.
Yeah. I think menjawab kali ya, Wisata. Do we have next questions? Okay. Hi, Gary. How do you overcome the pandemic situation and still need to studying for the program? What is your work-life balance on daily basis? I think we covered a bit before, Gary, but perhaps you want to advise on it.
Yeah. So like I said, time management, basically blocking your phone, like your time screen and all that, just limit them. And nowadays there's applications that can reminders applications, or if you use an iPhone, you can use the reminder app, or you can just put in your calendar at this time, do this and all that, and you will be guaranteed go by the flow, and your daily life, like meeting friends or hang out with your accommodation friends and all that, still will happen, because if your time management is good, your studies is guaranteed going to be good, and also your social life is going to be good.
Okay, that's great. Do we have next one? Questions? Hi, Michaela. Any news when will the announcement for the Great Scholarship out?
Fantastic question. And yeah, we were very fortunate at the University of Derby to have had the opportunity to have the great scholarships available also to our Indonesian applicants this year. The deadline for the scholarship was 1st of June, so a couple of days ago. So I can tell you that we are currently going through all the applications, and you should hear from us in the next few weeks.
Look forward.
So if you don't mind me saying, Janala, we are still also having other scholarships available up until 1st of July. So if you haven't missed the boat if you're still looking for scholarship of a different kind. Indeed, we have one which is an automatic postgraduate £2,000 scholarship for our Indonesian applicants. We also have a merit scholarship of 1,500 for undergrad too. And in addition, there is an excellent international student scholarship of 5,000, plus a few others that you can have a look at on our website, derby.ac.uk/scholarships.
Yeah. So basically, there's a lot of scholarship to offer. You have to really check your eligibility, whether you're actually eligible or not for that scholarship. Perhaps we move to internship, because I know that I think there's an internship opportunity as well if you're studying in Derby. Is that correct, Michaela? Do you want to explain more about it?
Absolutely. So the majority of our undergraduate courses have a built-in placement year or internship year, and I'm sure Gary's had his eye on that one as well. Because computer science is one of those where we have some amazing opportunities for the placements. But also, I didn't choose to do one. So when I was a student, I did my work experience as part of the course, so sort of in the course. So I was working in the marketing department, where we still have opportunities now. So doing sort of student ambassador activities or unibuddy. So we have lots of things like that. And also there's an on-campus internship scheme, which is quite applicable also for postgraduate students looking to add value to their CV. So there is a dedicated years and employment service. And most universities in the UK, if not all, will have this opportunity. There is also a student employment agency where you can look for part-time work.
That's great. So it's not only, graduated with a degree, but also you can actually have a degree plus experience once you actually complete the degree, right? I think we have a testimony about internship video we watch after this. Please.
Hello, my name is Barbara and I work as a digital media producer at the University of Derby in the Department of Center for Excellence in Learning and Teaching. This role was created so students could work in partnership with university staff to produce high-quality media materials to support learning and teaching across the university. Being a digital media producer is amazing. I love it because it's so diverse. I do script writing, organizing, filming, editing, sound recording, the list goes on. Sounds cool, doesn't it? But it's not just that. Part of my job is also training and mentoring. Let's say that I apply my ideas and skills to projects, but I also learn new things and can learn how everything works in practical situations. And guess what? Office where I work? No words are needed, that's just heaven. It is not that I just improve my skills, but this job experience has also shaped my personality. Those types of experiences can change a student's life as this one has changed mine.
Okay. Yeah, I think we have more questions, but before that, I want to just cover this topic with Pak Dono. This is perhaps for those that considering whether they actually should study overseas or not. You know, sometimes because of the pandemic, they kind of like postpone it, think, okay, just start in the home country, for example. Arguably, people say that it's actually different style of studying, different assessment of the degree, and also perhaps the classroom experience is totally different compare Indonesia and perhaps in UK for in particular. Is it correct? I don't know. Based on your experience, because you're experiencing both education, Indonesian and UK. What would you say about it?
Yes, I would say that put it this way. Science and knowledge generally is the same everywhere. You learn about how water boiling. You learn everywhere in the world the same thing. What's the difference is the experience while you're doing it and also how you are doing it. All right. I've spent my undergraduate degree in Indonesia, and I learned a lot, actually. I learned a lot in Indonesia. But the problem is, generally, with education in Indonesia, it's, I'm not saying negative thing, but every education system has its merit and its problem.
Yeah.
But generally, when I was studying at that time in Indonesia, we were being spoon-fed, should I say. So everything is given. Read this. This is PowerPoint. The exam will come from there. Basically like that. And that's it. Like for 4 years of my undergraduate studying time, it's been always like that. Then I went to the UK. So when I did my master's in the UK, my first module, I failed it badly. And in my undergraduate degree, I was one of the best students at the university. I failed my first module badly. Not because I didn't know the answer. Not at all. I know the answer. I knew the answer. But I didn't answer it appropriately. It's just like, how do you go? What is the best way to go to Jakarta from now? From say, for example, from London to Jakarta. You'll say by this airline, by airplane, basically with this airline. Yes, that's the answer. But it's not how would you answer it. How you would answer it. You need to answer it analytically, give the reason, the academic reasonings, and so on. So then I've learned a lot. Then after that, okay, that's probably our problem. The problem is not to answer just to provide the direct answer, but to give the rationing, to have the full rational on how you do it. And obviously, the higher the education level that you are taking, the more this kind of analysis and reasonings is expected of you. Itu yang saya kurang, dan pendidikan di Inggris secara keseluruhan lebih memfokuskan pada hal-hal seperti itu. Contohnya, saya yang tadi ujian saya yang pertama kali gagal itu, ada ujian, saya ikut ujian dalam waktu 3 jam ujian. Pertanyaannya cuma 4, saya dulu pilih 3. Saya selesai setengah jam sudah selesai itu. Karena ya itu tadi jawabannya ya langsung aja straight. Tapi ternyata yang diharapkan dari mahasiswa adalah bagaimana kita bisa menjawabnya secara lebih struktural, lebih pakai academic rationing, what's the evidence, and so on. So that is the difference more or less. Itu secara akademik. Yang kedua adalah experience of living independently. Well, not only independently, exposure terhadap culture lain. Begitu saya pertama kali ke Inggris, saya pertama kali ke luar negeri waktu itu, langsung pergi ke Inggris. It's such a huge shock. And at that time, saya pikir bahasa Inggris itu bahasa Inggris yang ada di TV gitu. Oh, ternyata enggak juga ya. Bahasa Inggrisnya Gary ini jauh lebih keren dibandingin bahasa Inggris yang ada di macam-macam. Dan bahasa Inggris itu bukan cuma bahasa Inggris yang kita lihat di TV di Amerika atau Australia. Di Inggris ternyata cukup banyak sekali aksen-aksen yang berbeda dan culture yang sangat berbeda. Kemudian saat itu juga saya bertemu mahasiswa lain dari berbagai universitas ya, dari berbagai background. Program yang saya ampu saat ini, misalkan mahasiswanya banyak berasal dari negara-negara di Afrika, di Timur Tengah, juga dari Karibia, dari New Zealand, bukan New Zealand, Switzerland, Spanyol dan sebagainya. Kesempatan itulah yang membuat exposure kita, pengalaman kita, network kita jadi lebih. Bayangan saya dulu waktu saya kuliah di Indonesia itu sekali lagi, saya udah cukup bagus gitu di Indonesia gitu. Saya udah keren banget gitu. Begitu saya di sini ternyata enggak, hidup ini ternyata banyak aspeknya, banyak banyak hal-hal lain. Kemudian hal terakhir adalah setelah itu dari sisi ini tadi kayak dibilang bahwa pengalaman hidup di negeri orang ini bisa lain-lain juga. Tantangannya, apalagi di pandemi ini ya, semuanya membuat kita harus jadi self-sustaining, harus lebih bisa membuat schedule yang tepat buat diri kita sendiri, kemudian menentukan prioritas dan lain sebagainya. Itu juga dan bagi yang Muslim seperti saya, sewaktu pergi ke Inggris, sekarang musim panas gitu ya. Alhamdulillah bulan puasanya udah lewat gitu ya. Tapi kalau puasa belum panas, itu sebuah pengalaman yang luar biasa. Saya luar biasa. Hal-hal banyak sekali yang menurut saya membuat studi selama Anda masih bisa studi ya. Karena for me being a student is the best times of my life. Being a student is the best time of my life where we can learn, we can make friends, we can make mistakes here and there, not too many, just one or two. Fail one module is fine, but not all modules. And so on. Because it shapes up our life. It shapes up our experience and our future. So make the best of your studying times, basically. When you are a full-time worker, then it's a different story.
I would like to
I can see
add
that.
I would like to add what Pak Dono said. So if you kind of stay out of Indonesia, like me, I was based on like I had a maid who cleans my room, who was gonna cook for me and all that. I didn't know how to cook. When I went to the UK, I don't know how to cook. I had to clean my own room and all that. So it's basically like oh shit, this is something new for me and all that. Like I've never cooked and I have to learn how to cook. And my friends, your accommodation friends, are gonna help you how to cook. Like they're gonna teach you like how to make like a simple things and all that. And they've been helping me a lot. And also YouTube, of course.
And there's another thing that I'd like to ask. Manfaatkan segala apa namanya? Bukan hanya fasilitas yang ada di kampus, tapi segala macam hal-hal yang bisa dilakukan selama di sini. Contohnya, saya nggak tahu nih Gary, karena Gary baru 1 tahun ya. University Derby itu ada di pinggir Peak District. Peak District itu sangat menarik untuk dieksplor. Dan juga Derby itu nah ya di situ tuh ditunjukin sama mereka.
Yeah, that's very good.
Saya kemarin contohnya saya waktu ulang tahun saya tahun yang lalu saya I ride Michaela I rode a bike from the University of Derby to almost my home in Stockport.
No way.
Almost, but we decided to stop because it was too hot. So
and all the hills.
Oh yeah, it's nice. I just stopped outside Buxton with my son. So we cycled. The plan was 50 miles across the Peak District, but we stopped. We didn't make it basically. So ada banyak hal seperti itu dan saran saya bagi yang berkesempatan untuk studi luar negeri adalah bergabunglah dengan berbagai macam organisasi atau association yang ada atau student communities. Waktu saya mahasiswa, saya ikut Photographic Society, Cooking Society, International Society, Islamic Society, whatever society that I can join, because you are exposed to many different friends, many different cultures, dan juga bukan cuma dengan manusia asing, dengan manusia Indonesia sendiri. Saya di Derby kebetulan komunitas Indonesianya tidak begitu banyak, jadi apa namanya? Kalau di saya kebetulan tinggal kerja di banyak kota selama ini dan saya pernah menjadi ketua PPI, Persatuan Pelajar Indonesia di kota yang lain. Kemudian saya pernah juga menjadi ketua pengajian Indonesia di Manchester, pengajian Indonesia di Inggris dan sebagainya. Hal-hal seperti itu yang membuat kita mempunyai sekali lagi membentuk diri kita masa depan. Join them, enjoy your life, enjoy your time as being a student.
And back time, Pak Dono. Okay. I think that's the student life video. This yang explain about the multiculturalism and actually plenty of stuff that you can do during the uni life. Let's watch the video.
Hi, मेरा नाम शान।
Aha bu Lawrence Ndupu.
Salam, मेरा नाम मोहम्मद अली है।
Bună, numele meu este Cristina. Ni hao, 我是李乐。
Servus, mein Name ist Matthias.
Bună, numele meu este Ioana.
Hi, my name is Karen.
Cześć, mam na imię Natalia.
I came here, I didn't know anyone, no friends, didn't know what to expect.
Like the first day I was here, I sat down in the classroom and I was like, what did I get myself into? I don't understand nothing this man is saying. The accents, they all sound like Harry Potter.
I was worrying about being by myself.
I was just worried about living. I mean, you know, just like the cost of living.
And how people will welcome me, how they will react.
But here in Derby, people are so friendly. They made us feel settled in very, very fast.
After 3 years of living here, I feel like Derby is kind of like my second home. It feels like they are just from my country or I'm from here.
It's a very, very friendly and very personal atmosphere. It's like a big family.
I would recommend the University of Derby because it's so easy to connect with people and it's so easy to get the support, to get the opportunities, and all you have to do is just want.
When you live in your home, you live in your parents, you really can learn how to face the world, and you really to learn how to becoming more independent, becoming more strong.
There's a team of professionals here who will welcome you. They will make you feel like you are in second home. So don't worry, just pack your bags and make a decision and you will enjoy it.
Okay, it's a great reminder for Gary to make the most of your time there, Gary. It's it's 2.5 years to go. I don't know, it's 2 years to go, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm taking a placement
Gary,
here.
I want to ask about your, oh, so it's going to be 3 years to go. Okay, talk about your, where do you live now? Basically, you're actually arriving last year. It's already in the pandemic. Do you get the support from the uni, especially like once you arrive and what to do? I know it's the policy keep changing, I believe, but what's your story back then?
Yeah, so when I reached that time, I had to quarantine for 14 days, and they provided me the accommodation. And they provide me with food and all, like everything they provided me. So I had to just stay there for 14 days. And after 14 days, I can move to my actual accommodation, which is right now, which I'm staying. Is one of the accommodations is called Princess Alice, which one I'm staying right now. It's very near of the Marketing campus and also to the city. So you can feel of both sides. And you're not far just down the road. There's a mini supermarket which sells everything. Like the Indonesia is pretty much Indomaret. That's like over there. The Sainsbury's over here is like Indomaret in Indonesia. Yeah. So like you can just get anything emergency. You can just go there, take it, and all that. So like for the quarantine accommodation was free, and they kind of offered if you want us to pick you and all that, but my timing couldn't match the timing what they gave and all that. I was like, I'll sort myself out. So it was not actually far from, it was just pretty much like 45 minutes drive away. You can just take a bus or an Uber and all that. You can reach the quarantine accommodation quite quickly.
Awesome. Is there any new policy, Michaela, about this arrival this September?
We are. It's very similar to last year. The only difference, I guess, is that there's a new traffic system with regards to arrival countries. So you might have seen that the UK have got green, amber, and red. So it depends a little bit on how and what you need to do before you leave and when you arrive, self-isolation and things like that. But we have got the meet and greet free airport pickup service available again on the 16th and 17th of September. And also there will be quarantine, some sort of quarantine accommodation of a kind. Some of these details are yet to be announced. But we're very flexible in terms of, if any restrictions do come up, because it's very hard to predict where we're all going to be in 3 months' time.
Yeah. Well, before we answer the questions from audience, perhaps we watch the video about the accommodation. Perhaps we can see where is actually Gary lives now.
Hi, Gary. Hi.
Yeah, let's watch. Oh.
Okay, just let ask Gary to show around his accommodation.
Gary, can you show us around?
It's actually messy. I don't want to show because I'm currently packing few of my things because I need to move accommodation soon.
We just skip the tour, the live tour.
Yeah.
Perhaps we have questions to answer. Oh, actually, there is a video.
Yeah.
Hey, let me show you one of the accommodation options here at Derby. These halls are a 2-minute walk from the city centre, and there's also the free unibus, meaning it's really easy to get to and from the university. Follow me. Derby provides all of the basics for your room, the bed, the storage, the desk. Then you can personalise your space how you want to. There's everything that you need in the room. There's the ensuite, which has the toilet and the shower. There's a place to sleep and a place to study. We even have cleaners on site, which are included in the cost. So this is the kitchen space. It has everything that you could need. There's the fridge freezer, there's the toaster, the cooker, the kettle and the microwave. And there's always a space to eat too, which is really great. Come on, we'll show you the laundry area. So this is our main social space. There's always something going on in here. If you don't feel like venturing out of the block, there's loads to do in the building. So that's everything to show you. A few of us are going to go and get some food now if you want to join us.
So yeah, that's the accommodation video. Okay, times for questions. There any questions coming up? Are you actually living in that building, Gary?
I'm actually moving to that building this September.
You are amazing.
Yeah.
So
but as they said, only cleaning in the communal areas, right? Not in your room.
Yeah. So I technically still have to clean my room. I know. So.
It's actually half of the job, Gary. At least you don't have to, clean up the communal area as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That actually saves a lot of time and lives.
Yeah. Do you have a cleaning rota or something for your kitchen?
Yeah. So the kitchen is basically we take turns, and also there's a cleaner who comes. So if we leave it kind of messy, the cleaner will clean it for us. But we tend to not keep it messy. We like it to be very clean. So whose mess it is, the person needs kind of to take us for a treat and all that. So like one of my friends made it like very messy, so he had to take us like go out for like dinner and all. So that's kind of how you can become independent.
It's a good incentive, isn't it, to keep it clean?
Yeah.
Awesome. Perhaps while we're waiting for the questions, perhaps a bit about, I'm sorry. Yeah, for the accommodation again. So the option is whether it's stay by yourself. Is it a studio room? Is that correct? Or you actually share one, let's say one apartment with several students?
You always have your private rooms. So you never share your actual sort of bedroom with anyone. However, there's both en suites and shared facilities. as well as studio apartments. So maybe Gary, could you tell us what's the setup in your flat?
Yeah, so basically, if it's the premium non-ensuite, basically you will have like your toilet and like where you brush your teeth, basically is in your room, and your shower and your other things outside and the kitchen. But if it's ensuite, it's pretty much only kitchen shared. You have your own toilet in your room, and everything else like pretty much, and you have the common room, which there's basically like a TV there and all. Then there's a studio, which is basically the kitchen, everything in your room. Nothing is outside, nothing is shared. Probably with the studio is that there's no common room. Like there's no like TV in your room. Pretty much you can get a TV for your own room if you want to.
That's it. And also one very important thing, when students are coming from abroad, they don't have to bring bedding or, like kitchen utensils and pots and pans. That was a huge mistake. I brought almost an additional suitcase because I brought pans with me and plates and things. So don't make that mistake.
I think even the beddings also in the different size if you compare to, Indonesia. Is that correct? I don't know. I think it's different sizing, right? So, yeah, we also encourage you don't have to bring your house there. Actually, you can buy things there. Okay.
There are shops in the UK too.
yeah, that's correct. Perhaps you want to spill a bit, Gary. How much is it to actually for your month spending, I think, because I know that people always say London is always more expensive and it's more affordable to actually live in Derby. Perhaps you want to spill a bit of your secrets, like actually how much you need for a month.
So pretty much I could say it varies with the people and all that. With me, I'm kind of I don't really spend a lot, but when I spend a lot, I can say. So that's kind of, I have to limit. That's one way actually to study abroad. You can just limit how much to spend, how much not to spend. For example, your mom give you 1,000 for a month or 1,000 for 2 months and all that, depending. So you can divide. Okay, you need to this much. Like for example, 300 for food. If you cook for yourself, it'll be lesser, pretty much. So it'll be less than 300. It'll be like around 200 or 150 a month. And like basically you get all your needs and all that. Then you still have the spare. So you pretty much some is for traveling. Like there's a Peak District, and you can go with your friends to like the pubs, the bars, and you can go restaurants. And there's 2 parks in Derby, which is the Markeaton Park and the Darley Park. So and a lot of students goes there, so you can pretty much bump into one another there, and you can just like hang out there. And pretty much most of the time when you hang out means you're gonna go for dinner later. So like you're gonna enjoy, and your spending depends on how good are you in your budgeting. So yeah.
Yeah, it really depends. That's great. I think we have questions to answer. Okay, hi AECC, is IHS support value at 6 million also applies for Uni Derby? Yes, so this is the our current promotion. So we will actually reimburse your IHS, or we can say it's like your health insurance if you're applying for visa, up to 6 million for you who's going to UK this September. So if you accept your offer for the September intake, you can just let us know so we can cash you back. So it's a cashback of 6 million maximum for your health insurance. It's around £300, so it's a really great deal, I think. Is that correct? I think everybody agrees it's a great deal. So if you wanna start your offer, do it as soon as possible, because there's a limited place for this as well. Okay, next one. Okay, Okay, it's actually questions for you, Michaela, but Indonesian. So it's actually a scholarship for bachelor degree. I think we covered before, but you can repeat it.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's several of them. There's a £1,500 automatic one. All of these are merit based. So make sure that you have, you've achieved, your very best in your results. There's a £5,000, and also we have our Vice Chancellor Scholarship, which is for really high achieving students. And we're waiting to award these. The deadline is 1st of July. Also, I'd like to point out that there are sports scholarships. So if there are some really talented athletes out there, do take a look at those. So we have our performance sports in badminton, in men's football and basketball, volleyball, and cycling. So yeah, let us know.
Yeah, there's actually plenty of it. Okay, one more question. I think we got the last one. Okay, for Gary, pros and cons of living in the UK.
Oh, the pros are a lot. There's pretty much, it's way better than Jakarta. You don't have the traffic life there. You can just walk everywhere, and and there's no pollution. That's one thing. If you want to go anywhere, you can just you want to go to a mall, you can just walk. You don't have to drive anywhere, and you're pretty much to go to London. It's 1 hour 30 minutes. And 1 hour 30 minutes just takes you from the north to the south Jakarta. So basically, you can go London in 1 hour 30 minutes and all that. So it's way better in traffic wise and social wise and all that. And you meet everyone new in here every day. Well, in Jakarta, it's pretty much that's your life, this is my life, and all type of thing. So you're you don't really socialize with new people over in Indonesia. While over here, you will socialize with new people. I went to a park recently and I bumped into one of my friend's friend. So we start talking, and he and she, both of them were we're just chilling, hanging out. So it's everything new to just bumping into new people every day. And it's also a lot of nature. Indonesia has a lot of nature, but different cultures, Indonesian cultures is different than over here is a different culture. So every country has different cultures. So it's new to learn every cultures and all that. For the cons, pretty much, I would say the accommodation doesn't have. Sorry, what?
No mates.
Yeah, pretty much that. And also, they don't have ACs in their room, so if it's hot, you're boiling hot. you need to buy a fan and all that. And so yeah, that's you pretty much in Indonesia, it's hot. Let me just turn on the house AC or your car AC, or in the building where you stay, there's an AC and all that. Over here, there's no ACs because pretty much it's mostly raining or cold. It's never hot. You will experience hot within 2 months timing and all that. And I genuinely like the cold. That's the reason.
But we're actually experiencing quite warm degrees this week, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everyone's out if it's warm.
Usually, if it is very hot for Indonesian, we prefer to stay inside the building. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, I think we covered everything. That's all the questions we have. Perhaps one last question for Michaela. You wanna have anything to say to our friends here that still considering whether have to, go to Derby this September? Perhaps still, afraid or reluctant because of the COVID. But after we talk about everything today, I believe you don't have to worry, right? Is there any last statement you want to say, Michaela?
Yeah, I hope that you all found this session really useful, and that the video that we showed you earlier as well really illustrates how the university is working with the restrictions. And also, what Dono said, what Gary said, we're a very friendly and welcoming place, and the UK is continuously working, with health and safety guidelines, etc. So if you haven't had your vaccination as well, by the time you get to the UK, you will be eligible to have one here. So please do not worry. And if you feel like this is your time, then take it with both hands.
That's correct. I think every students, international students, eligible to get the shot in UK. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, there's one more thing.
Yes.
There is 0 positive cases in the last week in the UK, while Indonesia is still suffering with COVID.
That's nice. So hopefully things getting better. Actually, we hope that September intake will be, face-to-face as normal. Fingers crossed, right? So yeah, hopefully things get better by then. Okay, I think we need to wrap up the session today. Thank you, Mikala, Gary, Dono, for all the valuable information today. I believe a lot will be inspired today with our discussion. So friends, as a reminder, if you have any questions, perhaps any curiosity that haven't been answered, just contact to our consultant, counselor at AECC Global Indonesia, make your appointment. If you perhaps don't know even where to start, we will be able to help you all the way until you actually depart for the UK. All right, I think that's all. Yeah, don't forget about the IHS cashback for up to 6 million, and also IELTS cashback up to 2.9 million. So if it's between those two, whether it's IELTS or the IHS surcharge. Okay, yeah, that will be the thing. Right. So thanks a lot, guys. It's very nice to talk to you. I hope you stay healthy. Take care over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you next. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
The University of Derby is known for its excellence in learning and teaching. Whether you are continuing your degree at Derby or joining us for the first time, we're looking forward to welcoming you to our university community. Even though the COVID-19 pandemic has affected daily life, you can be reassured that you will continue to receive. The University of Derby is known for its excellence in learning and teaching. Whether you are continuing your The University of Derby is known for its excellence in learning and teaching. Whether you are continuing your degree at Derby.
So, you decided to study abroad? That's amazing! You're all set to meet new people, explore a new country, a new lifestyle? Wow, that's definitely going to be an So, you decided to study abroad? That's amazing! You're all set to meet new people, explore a new country, a new lifestyle? Wow, that's definitely going to be an exciting adventure. But are you still not sure where to study and what to pursue? Are you spoiled for choice? We're not, because you are not alone. We've got your back. We at AECC Global help thousands of students every year to get to their dream study destination and university. And this is how we help you discover what you love. Step 1. We listen to you. We understand your interests, listen to your preferences, match them with your skill sets, and help you find the best institutes and locations. Step 2. We work out the plan for you. After identifying your professional and personal goals, we shortlist the right institutes for you. We help you match the entry requirements of the institutions. Step 3.